Hey guys, Tao Turns here, where we practice Wu Wei on a board. So for the next videos to follow on this channel here, we're going to be talking about how we can map out a trick. And I wanted to just jump into what that actually means because the word map is an acronym that I made up. So as far as the letters go, M stands for move, A stands for align, and P stands for pace. So for today, we're just going to jump into that first letter, which stands for move, and how we can map out a trick with just that one letter, M. So when we're talking about moving on our board, we're going to put it on a scale of 1 to 10. So we got 1 is unmoving and 10 is moving. And if that sounds kind of weird to you, like how can I unmove? Well, that's what this channel is all about. That's what makes this channel unique, is we're practicing Wu Wei, where we can try and unmove or make an unmoving motion sometimes. Because if you think about the word Wu Wei, it translates into English as effortless action, but I like to translate it a little more towards skateboarding, where we can make an unmoving motion. Let me show you what that actually looks like. So if I'm rolling down this hill straight, we're going to give this a 1 out of 10. So we're unmoving on our board, because I'm just going to stand on my board, gravity's going to do the rest. Check this out. If I just stand here, maybe I'll make a little bit of a turn just to go straight. But now I'm moving on my board, but I'm not moving my body at all, right? But now I'm really picking up some speed, so I might have to slow down here in just a moment. Whew. That took a little bit of effort, but while I was rolling down the hill right there, I wasn't really putting effort into it or moving my body. I was really just standing there. And obviously, when you first step on a skateboard, that's going to be pretty terrifying to roll down a hill full speed, but I'm pretty used to it because I've been skateboarding for a very long time. But let's see if we can make a little U-turn here. We're going to take a left turn on the rec path, and this is going to take a little more effort, or I'm going to move my body a little more because I need to move my center a little bit back towards my heel edge so I can push onto the left side of my board and make it go left so I don't fly off into the trees over there, right? I don't want to fly off into the path. I want to stay on this path, on the concrete, so I can continue on my way down the path. So let's try this out. I'm going to start moving down this hill a little bit, although me not moving my body, my board is moving me, right? So we're going to give this turn a 3 out of 10. Because I am kind of moving my body and holding my core nice and strong in order to balance and make this board go left. Let's try it out. I'm gonna roll down here a little bit. I don't want to go too fast into this. We're gonna jump more into this later with the P for pacing, where if I go too fast, my pace is going way too fast. I might fly off the trail, right? So I'm going to try and slow down a little bit, but don't worry, we're going to get more into the P later. Right now, we're only talking about the M, where I'm moving my body just a little bit to make this left turn. I think this is a pretty good speed, a pretty good pace. All right, here we go. I'm going to move my center back a little bit. And we're making this left turn. Woo! All right. Oh, we're cooking now. See if I can get over this bridge. It's going to get kind of loud. All right. Sweet. Cool. Well, now I'm about to start pushing up this hill. So I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10 because even though I know how to push, it's a pretty simple thing, I have to push up the hill so I can keep going back down the hill on the other side. So we're giving this a 5 because it does take a lot of effort to push uphill, and it's a little bit tiring. But I'm just going to point my front foot straight and push a couple times so I can get up this hill. Luckily I have big soft wheels on my board, so it rolls a little extra compared to my street skateboard that I ride in the skate park or in the streets. I'm doing flip tricks and stuff. This board's better for just cruising down the rec path like I'm on right now. So that hill actually wasn't too bad, but we're still giving it a 5 because it's not like I'm just pushing on flat ground. I actually had to push a little extra to get up the hill. But yeah, now I'm just standing here again. We're back down to a 1 because I'm unmoving. My board's moving me down the path, but I'm not really moving my body, right? Although there is another left turn coming up very soon here. Although this one's a lot bigger. I have a lot more time to make my turn come around, so I don't have to sit into my chair as much. So this might come down to like a 2 out of 10. Because with that really short, tight turn back there, I had to really tense my core up and hold that stance, really push my hips over that left side of the board, to go left. I don't have to do that as much. I can move my body a little less in order to make this turn go wide and make this left happen a lot longer over time. Well, let's see if we got it. I'm gonna sit back a little bit, make a big wide left turn. Woo, we're cooking now. Oh, we got a little straightaway, that's cool. And another little bit of a left turn here. Woo! Nice. And we're cruising. Sweet. There's also a couple cracks on the road here. So if I give that a little hop and get over it like so, that's a good way to make sure I stay on the board. I don't catch my front wheels and fly over the front. So we're gonna give that a 2 out of 10 as well. If I hop over, that's not really that much effort. So that's a 2 out of 10. Although, a great progression for learning how to hop over a crack like so is maybe if I step my foot down, put all my weight on this pushing foot, and then push my board over the crack like this, and then I can transfer my weight back onto my pushing foot. Then I didn't really have to hop or do all this extra stuff that might seem a little bit advanced when you start skating. But we're gonna give this move a 4 out of 10 because when I'm stepping off, pushing my back foot, or my pushing foot rather, on the ground so I can get my board over the crack, and then I step back on the board, it's a little more clunky. It takes a little more work. I have to use my body a little more. So that moves it up to a 4 out of 10. So 2 different ways to accomplish the same thing. But if I can learn how to hop over the crack, then it moves up to a 2, or moves down rather. But overall, our goal is to make it an unmoving motion. So when we're learning new tricks, we might move our body a little more, just so we can stay safe and not like fall off the board as often, because it takes a lot of practice for this skateboarding, all these skills to become autonomous. Because have you ever heard of the Fitts and Posner's stages of development? There's actually 3 stages that we go through whenever we're learning something new. The first stage is the cognitive. So like, it might be a little more robotic to take my back foot off, get the board over the crack, get my back foot back onto the board again. Woo! That felt pretty clunky and robotic. So that move is like being in the cognitive stage of development. And then maybe as I get into the associative stage, I could even try it like without the crack. Just a little bit of a lift up, see how that feels. And when we're in the associative stage, we're starting to find the flow, or finding the Tao, which is the whole point of this channel, right? Making some Tao turns, or flowing, because Tao is kind of the way, or the flow, or flow state. Ooh, big crack. Maybe I'll just step over that one. Yeah. So you start off in the cognitive stage, and then eventually work your way into the associative stage until you're in the autonomous stage, where you're just flowing with your board. Even if you're making big body movements, it feels totally natural and effortless because you're just so used to it. You've done it so many times, your body knows exactly what to do. Oh, we're cooking down this hill. Woo! Oh yeah. If you really wanted to see what autonomous skateboarding looks like, I'd recommend checking out Shane O'Neill. If you look him up on YouTube or Instagram, Shane is an incredible skateboarder, and his skateboarding is just super autonomous. He just doesn't even try. Even though he's making these huge body movements, he's like popping the board like a switch tray flip down a triple set in Santa Monica, or whatever he's doing. It doesn't even look like he's trying, man. He's just flowing, he's going. Woo, gonna have to cross the street here. Make sure you look both ways before you cross the street, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the scale that we're working with on this channel, just a little recap, where we're scaling our tricks from 1 to 10, 1 being unmoving, 10 is moving. We're not really talking about the cognitive stages of development. It's not really about the, like, if you're moving your body a lot, like, then that makes it up to a 10. Or if you're finally able to do it autonomously and not really moving your body, then brings it down to a 1. We're talking about this scale like regardless of which stage you're at. So we're really just talking about like if I'm hopping over a crack, that's a 2, no matter what stage you're at. Because obviously when you're learning how to do it, it's gonna feel more like a 6 or a 7, because it's if it's something new to you, it's gonna be a lot harder and you're gonna have to move your body a lot more. But yeah, we're just talking about that scale, regardless of your skill level, where you're at. Just an objective 2 is gonna be placed on that hopping over the crack move. And then, yeah, pushing up the hill, that's a 5, right? So, just so you guys know in the future, when we start talking about that M in the word map, that's gonna be our scale of unmoving to moving. So in our next video, we're gonna be talking about the word align, which is the A in the word map. So feel free to hit that like button, the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.